All right. So, I was thinking about something in the shower. I don't know if anyone else thinks in the shower, but that's all right if I'm thinking. And I have a little thing on my bathroom um, tiles, and it tells me basically I've written out like a little statement that I read about, doing more and more each day that will then make me into a better year. And I dated it for last year. I need to redo it and put this year's date on it. But I still read it every day. Anyway, I was looking at it in the shower and I was thinking about it. And it made me think about brand partners and all of you guys. Now, I know, Jackie, you're a little bit different because you joined with somebody else. But the people that I have personally reached out to have all been because, remember, like back in, when I first began, I got told to go and find the people that I would like to hang out with more, find the people who I'd like to do things with. And I was thinking about the Maldives, and I thought, this is why, like Rach and, Mum and Sarah and Kylie and Tammy and everyone that I've spoken to, personally, like, I've reached out to you personally because I thought like it would be a fun thing to do with you or with, you know, your families and, all that sort of thing. And it made me think about going forward that I think that we've kind of forgotten about that. I think we need to sort of focus. Oh, here we go, someone's joining. Let's just see who that is. No, it's an iPhone. Okay, their camera's off, so we'll see. And it made me think about when we're thinking about who we'd like to hang out with, maybe they'd be more like the people that you sort of want to do the business with as such, because they're the people that you want to be spending more time with. Things like going over to the Maldives, like going on all these incentive trips. The reason why I encourage all of you to go for them and push you to get to these things is because I want you guys there with me so that I can hang out with you there. Not for any other reason. Like I actually literally want you there. When I first joined, I got told that I know lots of people, so I'd be really good with the business. I don't like that way that I was told about that, because it made me think then, okay, well, that person only wanted, hello, Jules.
Oh,
That
Penny
person.
Farrell.
But
Yes,
you're here.
everybody.
You're here.
I'm here. Yeah, look at me. Can I take my picture off?
If you want, it's up to you.
Who else is on?
Anna, Rachel, and Jackie. Jackie's got her camera off.
Oh, well, I can have mine off.
Oh, we've already seen you. Too late.
Hi, Anna. Sorry. This is me, fresh morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you too. Sorry.
You're here.
Okay, keep going. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, when I asked you all to join me in the business, it's because I wanted you to be here with me and I wanted you guys with me within the business. And I think that's something that we all need to sort of look at and think about: people that you'd like to hang around with, people that you'd like to hang around with more, and go and speak to those sorts of people about the business opportunity going forward. Because, like, you guys are the ones that I want coming on the holidays with me. Obviously, you're the ones that I want going away. We've had so much fun on those, Melbourne, Sydney, Queensland trips, all the things that we do, even just around Orange or wherever we are. And it just made me think of it. And I just wanted to pop that out there first thing this morning, because it came to me in the shower and I thought, no, I haven't spoken about that for a while. And I just want you to remember why I first approached you all about joining Neuro. It was not because I wanted something out of you. It was because I wanted to be able to hang out with you guys more, and I could see the opportunity, and then I could see the way that, our lives could, go forward together. So that was my little inspirational spiel. I hand it over to Anna.
I think that's so good, Lisa, because it's so true. I've been on, I don't even know how many trips at this point, because I go on the leadership trip and the regular trip. I usually make them both. And so when I look at the whole thing and I think, wow, it would not even be any fun at all if my team weren't there. It wouldn't even be the same thing. And I think that's what drives me to really help so many people get there, because first of all, I know it's great. I know what it can do for your business on both sides, because it helps you build your business to get there. But then when you come out of there, you're so ultra motivated because you've been around the happiest people in the world, and you've been around positive, self-motivated, people that understand why you're doing the aura, because we all know for every one that understands, there's 5 more that think you're a kookadoo. And I just like to say affectionately that I think they're the kookadoos because they don't get it. And so I love that you opened with that, Lisa, because it really is so magical. This business really is for everybody. And I like what you said when you started too, where you said, just doing a little bit more every day, just getting a little tiny bit better. And it doesn't mean doing more like I did an hour today, I have to do 2 hours tomorrow. It just means incrementally more consistent and very incrementally more efficient with your time, because we all have families, we all have other lives, we all have other things going on. And so I always think for myself, and I say this a lot, I'm very ambitiously lazy. So if I can figure out how to do more in a very much smaller period of time and be more effective and efficient with my time, it's really powerful. And I think that the busier the person, the better you are at this business. So never think that you're too busy, and definitely don't think that any of your friends are too busy, because the busier the person is, the more they can handle, the more busy they can handle, the more things they can handle. So I'm really excited about this year. You guys, are so many magical things that the company has going on that obviously I can't talk about, but I am so fired up. I don't remember starting any year more fired up than I am this year for what we have coming and how this company cares about us and loves us. And the evidence of that is what they've put into place this month for us. I mean, there is more money in the comp plan, 30% for bringing in a new brand partner. I mean, that's a big number. So you're going to hear me talking dollars, American dollars, only because I can't do the conversion in my mind and I can't remember all the markets. So forgive me for not having your exact numbers in your country. But I've been doing a lot of coaching calls. I've been doing literally back-to-back one-on-ones for days. By the way, if any of you ever wants to coach one-on-one, I'm always open for that. Just message me through Messenger and we could find something for you that works. But what I've really found is a couple of things. Very much like myself, the number one thing that keeps us from having everything we've ever wanted in this business is evident in every single person I talk to. And that's just being consistent. And I think it's human nature. It's really hard to be consistent with what we're doing. So I really want to start with that. I want to talk about consistency. I want to talk about how you can trick yourself into being consistent if you're not. And also, what is it that you want? What's your vision for this year? How much better do you want to be? Do you want to grow your business by 5%? Do you want to get to a new rank? Do you want to earn the car? What is it? What is it that you want? And I really want you to think about that, because if there's no vision and there's no direction, any road will get you there. And there will always be something that comes up and gets in your way. So it's really what your vision is and what you want out of this that's going to pull you or kind of suck you into your future here and really everywhere. Because if you have nothing that you are going after, then nothing is going to happen, because you don't have something to create a roadmap for. Hopefully that makes sense. I also have been talking a lot about this, which I think is super important. It's this little tiny book. You don't have to get the book because I can tell you what it's about. But when I saw the title, The One Word That Could Change Your Life, I'm like, I want the word, could change my life. Give me that thing. And I bought it. Look at how little, it's very small. And look at what the print looks like inside. So you can see this is just like you could sit down and read the whole thing all at one time. But I love this book. It's so powerful because just like we have a vision for something, it's the one word, our rudder word for the year. And I want to encourage you guys to come up with your own word. Your word needs to be applicable to your family goals, your relationship goals, your spiritual goals, your business goals, and your health goals. Okay, so really it's those 4 different areas. And that one word, I'll give you the example of what I mean. The one word that I started with first time I did this, read this book, I'm like, I need a word. I was just crazed about getting a word. My word was intentional, because I wanted to be intentional about how I love my husband. I want to be intentional about how I show up with my family. I want to be intentional, Lisa. Of course you have your word. I wanted to be intentional about how I showed up for you guys and how I worked on myself to become a great teacher and a great coach and a great cheerleader so that I could really help impact a lot of people. And I wanted to be intentional. Well, you guys get the idea. So that was my word. And this year I really struggled because I was trying to decide between two words. The two words, consistency was one of them. And because as I coach people, it's almost like putting a mirror up to my face, because I see some of the same strengths and weaknesses in everybody that I talk to. We're no different. I'm human like everyone else. I've just done it longer. My knees are probably bloodier. I've heard more no's than you've heard, and I've had more people quit. That's the only difference between where you are and where I am. And so, so I really want to encourage you to come up with your word. It's your own word. There's no word that's good or bad, but really definitely do that, because it will help you stay focused on something. You know, some people have like the word, you know, like Lisa, abundance, or it might be leader or trust, or there's just lists and lists. I have actually some graphics. I'll send them over to Lisa. She can share them with you or share them in the group. Some really cool graphics that give lots of different words that give you ideas. But please, that's an assignment. Along the way, I'm going to encourage you for some things, and I'm going to give you a couple of assignments and a couple of challenges. Okay. So that's an assignment, because that's really important. The other super important assignment is your vision board. Probably you've all done one, but if you haven't done one or you haven't updated it, it has to be done, because what's in your eye line, and it needs to be where you can see it. Doesn't mean you need to focus in on it every day, but your eye, what your eye sees, is being taken into your mind. It's programming your subconscious to go out and create that for you, because your subconscious brain has no idea the difference between what is really happening and what is just imprinted upon it. It thinks whatever you put in there is real. Same as if you say, I'm an idiot, or I'm a loser, or I can't do that, or I'm afraid, or that's for everybody. All the negative talk that you talk inside your head is also programming your subconscious. So you've got to get rid of that, because I'm going to give you a couple shortcuts today, really big shortcuts for your business. One of the biggest shortcuts is have a vision board. That's one. I can't get customers. I can't get brand partners. Such a limiting concept. And today, what this morning is all about for us is giving you guys how to get brand partners. That's where we're going. We're going toward prospecting. This conversation for me is how can I help you, equip you, and give you the starting point on what to do to recruit new people into your business. But first, I'm laying the foundation, which is your mindset. Okay, you have to believe what you want, believe that you can get what you want, have faith that if you do the steps, you will get there, and be consistent over a long period of time. Because, you know, it doesn't just come all at once. And we all know that we all have done the stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. Sometimes we're working really hard. Sometimes we let our business go. This is the most forgiving business in the entire world, but it's hard to move it ahead if you're not consistent. So a couple of things I was thinking, I've been reading this book. I love it. It's called Abundance Now. And it's Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols. I highly recommend it. She is an extraordinary woman who has really overcome a lot to become who she is. She's even taken her company public. So it's pretty incredible. It's all about abundance. And as she says, abundant, prosperous people have a tendency toward action. Instead of getting stuck in planning, analysis, and research, they move forward and listen for feedback, and whether they listen for feedback on whether they're taking the right path along the way. In the process of being in action, new resources, new opportunity, new information appear to them, and help them move forward even faster, taking the steps they never would have taken if they'd stayed on the sidelines. So this is so true, because when you begin to move forward and you begin to take action, that moving forward and that taking action is teaching you how to do it. It's helping you overcome obstacles. And each time you do it, you will see that more momentum, new opportunities, new things come to you. But when you're stopped, it's like that big locomotive, that train that's stopped, but with no momentum. So once that train gets started, the train can keep on going. But when you're starting from a stopped position, that's why she said abundance, prosperous people have a tendency toward action. So not the analysis, not the planning, not the, writing it down and moving your paper around and filing things, but the actual action is what is important. And when it comes to vision, I want to say this, because I do want to really talk about recruiting, but I learned about this quite a long time ago, because I studied under Dr. Joe Dispenza for quite some time, and it really, his training was so powerful for me that it shifted everything. And I can, without a shadow of a doubt, create anything I want in my mind, and I can make it happen. I can make it happen. And it's real science, and it really works, but it starts with as little as your vision board. It starts with as little as your word. It starts with a little bit of programming your subconscious mind, holding the thought captive that's negative, getting rid of it right away, reprogramming in with affirmations what you want, how you want to think and feel, because what you think you're programming, but what you say is even stronger. Because what you say, the speech center of the brain has total dominion over every single nerve cell in the whole body. And scientists, neurologists have determined this to be true. This isn't just making it up. I'm not. And so when you speak it, it impresses upon the subconscious 10 times more. So when it comes to your affirmations, don't just read them, speak them, because you're telling your subconscious what you want, and your subconscious is going out into the universe. It's going out to God. It's going out there, and it's finding it, it's creating it, and it's sucking it to you. So you could do all the earthly work in the world by pounding your feet and talking to a million people and making yourself crazy and hearing a whole bunch of no's, and then maybe somebody says yes, and then you're up and you're down, you're all over the place. Or you can do half of it with your mind. And it's powerful. Powerful. I have redone my vision board. I don't even know how many times. I've seen things on my vision board that have been there for years, and all of a sudden I'm like, my husband gave me that watch for our 10-year anniversary, and he has never seen my vision board. And I've never told him that I wanted that watch. How did that happen? That happened. That's a real story, among many, many others. So I want to really set the stage with that, you guys. Positive action, lifting your emotion, being that person people want to be around. I always call it getting yourself in the green zone before you start making phone calls. Dance around, jump around, say your affirmations, whatever it is. Look at your vision board. Imagine yourself being there. All of those things are powerful to this business. But none of that works if you're not consistent, because in the blink of an eye, your subconscious is going to pick up something else it wasn't supposed to pick up. You're not consistently showing it what you want. That's why we look at the vision board all the time. And when you can imagine yourself in the place in that vision board, it's even going to come faster to you. If you can feel the sand between your toes, and you can feel the hot sun, and you can smell the sea salty air, and you can hear the helicopter thump, 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 thump in the air coming down to the beach to get you and your family. I mean, you got to feel the whole thing. So this is the kind of stuff I do in my mind. In case you're ever wondering, but it works, and it works powerfully and beautifully. You can have anything you want. So I wanted to start with that. I really love, this was part of what she was saying, or cognitive dissonance. I want to talk about that. Cognitive dissonance is, well, let me read you the definition. It's the feeling of discomfort that comes when there's a discrepancy between what you believe and what your behaviors are. Okay, I believe I can get on that trip. I believe I can get to the Lexus. I believe I'm going to be a director this month. I believe I can get my team there. But then you're not doing the actions relative to that. That's cognitive dissonance. And so it's a discomfort that comes within you. You may not feel it or know it, but when you believe something strongly or you repeatedly behave a certain way, and then all of a sudden you add a new picture, you add something new on your vision board, for example, or you add a new belief or you add a new behavior to the mix, your brain will do everything in its power to resolve the discrepancy. Okay. It will strive to bring about the new behavior or the pictured circumstances in order to get rid of the feeling of discomfort. I miss having little kids around. Okay. Similarly, when you begin speaking differently about your future and picturing it differently in your mind, your brain will cause you to take the actions to bring about that exciting new future. Cognitive dissonance. So if you don't have it yet, show your brain what you want so that it begins working on your behalf in the background. Okay. And crazy things start to happen. You guys will be reaching out going, oh my gosh, you were right. You're not going to believe what happened. Somebody called me out of the clear blue, never even knew they were watching my story, put in a big, huge order. Oh my gosh, crazy stuff. And I have story after story after story to prove it. So super important, some of these points that I wanted to make. I just happen to be reading this book right now, so I have a lot of thoughts going through my mind about it, and I reread it and I think about it, and I've been ruminating on it and working on it. So let's talk about how many of you guys, whether you're listening to the recording or you're here right now, how many of you want to hit director or you want to help someone on your team hit director, right? Right, exactly. Who doesn't? What was that, like a trick question? Everybody does. And there's good reason, right? It's time to rank advance. It's time to move up in this business. It's time to help a whole lot of other people. And I loved what you were saying in the beginning, Lisa, about wanting to go with your friends. The guy who brought me into this business, we weren't really friends. We were more like acquaintances. And he said he had a background in network marketing, and he ended up in the company I was with prior, where I had no success. He ended up being a customer of mine and auto shipping a product for 3 years in order to stay in touch with me, because he thought if he ever had something, he wanted to recruit me. I didn't know that. But somebody saw something in me. So point number one, when you're talking to somebody and you tell them you see something in them that's really incredible, and I see in you how amazing you are, what a hard worker you are, what a great mom you are, whatever it is, your energy around you is just always so beautiful and you're so positive. When you tell somebody about what they're maybe not yet, or not all the way yet, and you tell them that they have the ability to do something, it's magical. So whether you're just in the process of talking to someone about the business, or you already have somebody in the business with you, they need to hear that, because we don't hear that enough. You know, I was so introverted. I was so fearful, incredibly fearful, that I couldn't even get out of my own way. I was scared of my own shadow, and I was so insecure. And he used to tell me, you know what, you're one of the best I've ever seen. And I was awful, you guys. I was saying silly, stupid stuff to people that was probably making them run in the other direction. But it was very, very powerful for me, because it caused me to believe in myself. It caused me to see someone else believing in me until I could believe in myself. And that's pretty intoxicating. So when you believe in a friend enough to say, look, I love you. I know that you would be incredible at this. And you know what? In my selfish way, I just want to spend more time with you. Are you interested in taking a look? Are you interested in making a little bit of extra money? So those kinds of things are really super powerful. In talking about recruiting, all you're doing, because I think when I talk to people about recruiting, I think, and you guys correct me if you're wrong, because I'd like to hear if there's something different than what I'm thinking. One of the hurdles seems to be, how do I get in the conversation? How do I get in the conversation? I can't figure out how to get in the conversation. Like, I can put products up in my stories, and I can put before and after pictures up in my stories, and I'm really not allowed to talk about how much money I'm making, or I'm not allowed to talk about that kind of stuff. So what do I do to attract people or for people to see? And really, if you boil it down to just this time of year is so perfect, because we can say, hey, what have you been doing during the holidays? Hey, what's going on with your kids? Hey, what's going on? Oh my gosh, I was going through my phone book and ran across your name. I can't believe how long it's been since we've connected. You're just one of those people I don't want to lose track of. Text me back, let me know when you can talk. It will require a little bit of talking, because your odds are probably 80% better if you can talk to the person, because they can hear your voice, they can feel your energy, they can hear your excitement, because we have a lot to be excited about right now. So one of the things that I do when I want to start working on recruiting people is I am either doing that through a text, a voice messenger. I might say something like, oh my gosh, Lisa, I just ran across your or you just came through my newsfeed, or I just thought of you, or you've been popping in my head, and oh my gosh, girl, it's been forever since we've talked. I'm dying to catch up. When can you talk? And if you can try to get people talking, even if you're too busy to stop and have a conversation, even if you have one-sided through Messenger and they talk back, and you talk and they talk, even that is better than no talking. Because how many of you know how hard it is to go through the process of, here's a video, here's a this, here's a that, here's a this, here's a that, and oh, okay, just sign up. They don't. At least I don't have people that do that. Maybe you guys do. And I've been doing this, next week it'll be 11 years. So I mean, I probably tried every which way to recruit. So I personally think that if you will use the scripts that are in boards, and I know Lisa has done an amazing job at putting board together that's a little bit more specific for you guys, for Australia. And my board is pretty universal. But for example, share my screen. Would you make me a co-host? Pretty please.
There you go. You should be right now.
Yes, ma'am. Are you guys using boards before? How many of you guys? I can't see you all, but.
I don't think we're using them enough. I updated it yesterday with the current promotions for January. So that's got that in there. But I need to go through your
well, I'll just give you kind of an example. So this is the Neora board that I created, and a lot of stuff in here is universal. So hopefully, Lisa, you've copied it over, or anyone who wants this board can have it. Just ask, can send it to you. But do whatever's easiest for your team, Lisa, because you know what's going on better than I do. But these are just the different subheadings that are in here. But if you were to go through the board that I created for the team, up here under Prospecting New Brand Partners, there are a lot of scripts. So just for example, one of them, you know, hey, Cindy, I know you previously had considered starting a side business with me. And guess what? They just announced a great promotion and more money. Too much to type. Can I send you a short video? Right? Can I just send you a short video? I know all you're doing is piquing their interest, sending a video. I mean, you could say, I know we had previously talked about starting a side business. I know you weren't interested, but do you know anyone who is? Right. So these are just, you don't even have to write these down because they're available to you. You can just go right on in. There's all different ones. Hey, happy day. So kind of random, kind of not. You've been on my mind for quite some time. I've been wanting to reach out and ask you if you'd be open to checking out what I do. You're such a natural with your fun social media presence. I think you'd be great at it. If you're up for it, I can send you a super short video. Shall I send it? If not, no big deal. Right? You know, there's a bunch. the one, I'm just picking them out at random. Hey, I just saw this statistic that 93% of Americans in 2022 were making money or attempted to make money from a side income. My company just added additional income for new people in order to meet the current demand. Would you take a look at this short video and see if anyone comes to mind? Thanks in advance, right? There's one that says, you know, I just started working with a business coach and they gave me an assignment. I have to reach out. Okay, I'm your business coach right now, and I'm giving you an assignment. TTMP. So the biggest shortcut in your business right now is how many people can you get to watch a video? How many people can you get? It's not how many people can you get to sign up to be a brand partner. How many people can you get to watch a video? Pick a number, okay? That's an assignment. Have a goal. What is it? 5 people this month, 10 people this month, 50 people this month. How many are you going to try to get to watch a video? So Amber's social selling, or her more recent one that is sitting on yourusername.com. No, yourusername.neora.com/events. And you know, that's another one. So in here, there's all kinds of things, but besides birthday messages, working, do you guys all know what 10-10-10 is? 10 minutes, 30 minutes on social media, right? So there's scripts in there for each one of those 10 minutes. Birthday messages, getting samples out, sampling. There's all kinds of things in there as well. All the tools are in here, and I'm sure in Lisa's board as well. Giving people recognition, new brand partners, following up. If you sent somebody a cart and they didn't follow up, what do you say to them? But this really, if you use your boards, you guys, you can just go into the app and see what's there. I actually use it backwards. I go into boards, and even though 95% of the content I've written myself, I go in there and I start surfing around and I go, oh, yeah, I'm going to send that one to this person and this person. So I actually work backwards. I read some of these scripts and I'm like, yeah. And you guys, when you pull the script up, or when you pull the verbiage up to use it, you could change it up a little bit before you send it. It doesn't have to be exactly these words, because maybe it doesn't sound like you. So just know that that's something that I really hope you guys start using. It's literally thousands and thousands of hours of work that really works. So case in point, I was talking to one of the pockets of my team, and we were talking, it was actually Debbie Jo Horton, and we were doing some coaching together, and I said, I'm going to challenge you. Go through your phone book and find 50 people in your phone that either don't know that you do Neora, that you haven't prospected for Neora, that maybe they've never seen you on social media because maybe you're not even connected there, and see if you can connect with them. See if you can, you know, restoke the fire a little bit in the relationship. And so she did that. She put down, I think had 61 or 62 people, and she was going through them, and she sent this one to somebody. And it was somebody that she had talked to before, but she forgot about them because they were in her phone and they weren't on her list. And we all know we've made lists and lists and lists, and we don't have the same list we started with. And we have lots of sticky notes on our desk, which we shouldn't have, because they're all over the place. So she was going through there. She sent this out. The response she got was really great. Let me see if I can find it. I'll even show it to you so you don't think I'm crazy. She got a response. Oh, it's in a different thread. Maybe it's in text. Hang on. It's probably in text. Okay, here it is. She said, her friend said, oh, I'm convinced. I definitely am very interested in the wellness products and the hair care. I'm probably the skin kid too, but you know, I do too, Mary Kay, and I'm part of a group and I feel that I definitely belong in. God placed me there for a reason to help Pat, blah, blah, blah. I think I could bring on, she says, I could bring on, whatever. I think she could bring somebody on, and she's definitely into wellness. Well, she got this, she sent it to me, and she goes, oh gosh, now what I do? I didn't expect her to be coming back with some, I didn't expect her to come right back and be positive. She said, I expected it to take a lot longer. Anyway, we got her on a 3-way call, and she ended up signing up the following day. So the magic, you guys, is still the same magic that always exists. Send something out. Hey, it may or may not be for you. Hey, I love you too much to let this slide by you. Hey, did you know that 93% of Americans are doing a job on the side? And I bet Australians are just the same. People are really looking for something right now. I don't know if you're interested, or maybe you know someone who is. So I really want you guys to go out on a limb and start asking, what would an extra $500 do for you working from home? What would it do for you? What would it do for your family? Wouldn't that help with some of your kids' uniforms or your kids' extracurricular activities or some of the things, hit some of those strings that are inside of them, because all you're trying to do is see how many people you can get to watch a video. That's it. There's nothing to be afraid of there at all. There's nothing like, who cares if they say yes or no? And it's the old analogy where someone said to me, I said, you need just make a list of people. And they said, well, how many? And I said, 100. They're like, well, I can't make 100. I go, give me your phone. Let me look in there. She had like 700 contacts. I go, you can't make a list of 100 people out of 700 contacts in here? Just make a list. Just make a list like you're never going to talk to them so that you don't pre-qualify. And the analogy really, or the point really there is, if you have a list of 10 people and you talk to 10 people, seeing if they will look at a video for you, and 9 people say no, you're pretty defeated. But if you have 100 people and you talk to 10 of them and 9 say no, yippee skippy, you got 91. It's just a numbers game. And as cliche as that sounds, it's the reality. It's the reality. I don't know what I would be doing today had somebody not gotten out of their comfort zone and called me 3 different times, and I was not nice. I was in a bad place financially. I was losing my home. I had all this credit card debt. I was 53 years old at the time, and I had no idea what the heck I was going to do about my future. And I guarantee you that each of you knows somebody who could use this. You may not be thinking of them in your conscious brain right now, but ask your subconscious to find them, because that's the most powerful word in the entire English language. 3-letter word, ask. When we start to build a relationship, we ask about them. Are you married? Do you have family? What do you do for a living? Where do you live? We ask. We get to know them. We endear them to us. We care about them. And when you care about somebody, you become friends. You become closer. People buy from people they know, they like, and they trust. And it's why we say go live, where people can see you interacting. Lisa, you do an amazing, I don't watch all you girls, but I'm going to start, darn it, because now I'm curious what everybody's doing. But when you talk to people, they get to know who you are, and they like you and they trust you faster than just if you're putting up pictures. And so when you ask people about them and you get to know them and you care, they begin to become closer and like you and trust you more. It's just the way the world works. And so we ask them those questions, and then pretty soon they ask us, what do you do? And then we get talking about skincare, and then we ask, well, what about your skin you're not in love with, right? And this exchange goes back and forth until we finally ask, well, hey, if I sent you a video, would you watch it? And they say, yeah, absolutely. What's the video about? Look, don't have a lot of time right now. Send in the video over. I'll know when you watch it and I'll follow up with you. Then you follow up. Hey, I saw you watch the video, right? Ask. You're asking again. So this exchange, that word is so powerful, but it's even scriptural. I'm a God's girl. I'm just going to say it like I see it. Scripturally it says you have not because you ask not. So ask people. Ask people. Tell a story. I was talking to my friend Anna in the States. She's out there in California, and she was talking about how she doesn't even know where she would be if someone hadn't reached out to her. And you know what? That caused me to realize I need to reach out to you. I want to reach out to all my friends because I have something powerful and it's changing lives, right? So really want to encourage you, use those scripts, follow up with people. The person that gets the most videos out wins. Wins. That is the biggest tip. And you've got to connect with a whole bunch of people to get some to watch it. And if they don't, so what? And if they watch it and they don't know anybody, so what? You've planted a seed, and that seed will grow. Because when I left John that day after that cup of coffee, and he told me all about the company and all about this night cream and and he'd shown me these pictures, and I was adamantly, no way, you got the wrong girl. I went home with that bottle of night cream, and I couldn't stop thinking about it for 3 nights. I tossed and turned. What if? What if I could make some money? What if I could get my product for free? What if I could make some money for retirement? Because you know what he said to me? Oh my gosh, we're going to make millions. I'm like, wow. I mean, if one of your girlfriends called you up and said, oh my gosh, you know, Jackie, oh my gosh, I've been trying to get a hold of you, been thinking about you all week. I'm so glad I got you on the phone. Oh my gosh, I've got something. Girlfriend, we're going to make millions. Would you listen? Would you be curious? Come on, you guys, let's get a nod. Come on, you'd be curious. Okay, your cameras are on. Gotta give me something. I can't tell if you're even paying attention. Okay, but you would, like I did. And that's powerful. Those words are powerful. You cannot just go mamby-pamby, you guys. There is a lot of money to be made here. A lot. And you can do it in your spare time, and you can help other people do it. And there's a lot of us that can support those people when you feel too busy. You're not alone. You have a lot of help here. And so I really want to encourage you. And so that was assignment. This one's a challenge. I want you to challenge yourself. How many videos are you going to get out this month? How many videos? The number's not for me, it's for you. And you can do it. 10 videos, 20 videos, you can for sure get 10 out. That's a low number, for sure. But you come up with your number. And then go for it. And you know what? Do it just with crazy, reckless abandon. Like you don't care. Because the minute you stop caring and you don't care about the outcome, and it's, look, I'm going with or without you, it doesn't even matter. I just want to make sure you don't call me one day and are mad at me because I didn't tell you. That's my posture when I talk to people. Because I know I have a gift. I know I have a gift. And I will not stop sharing the business. The business is our best product. If someone says, what's your favorite product? I'm like, the business. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There is no other business like this. You know, in the States, Uber drivers, you know, a lot of people are getting second jobs or trying to do things to make extra money. Uber's like one option, right? Uber, you do know that if I drive Uber, which I don't want to because now I'm trading my time for money. Now you got to be away from your kids and your husband, which is not what we want to do in the first place. We want to make some money and be free, and we don't want to be stuck going to a job every day. But that would be like a job, but I could do that, right? But do you know that if I refer Lisa to Uber and Uber hires her, I only get $50. That's it. One time. Here, if you refer somebody to the products, you get paid every time, over and over and over and over, right? So for the one-time effort, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. And it's pretty amazing and pretty powerful what we have. I can go down the list of examples, and I know you guys know that, but I want to encourage you to get out of your comfort zone, because you're going to see the minute you stop caring if they say yes or no is the minute that you have massive success. That's when it happens. And it's pretty cool and pretty powerful. So with that, you guys, I just want to encourage you this month, go for it. bring in the class of 2025. Make yourself a goal. I'm going to recruit one person this month, one person next month, one person the next month. And you're going to see what's going to happen is you're going to become like a magnet. Because as soon as you recruit one, you have momentum. And then people are like drawn to you, drawn to you, drawn to you. But you got to get your locomotive moving, right? From stop to start. So that's it. Back to you, Lisa.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
Not for me.
No? Do you, Rach? No?
Yeah.
No?
I got a bit distracted with Peggy at one stage.
Yeah, she's a draw card, isn't she?
Oh my gosh. So adorable.
Yes, she's so
Oh.
cute. There
Oh
she
my
is.
gosh, look at her. Oh,
Okay.
Hi. Can you see?
Hi,
oh, look at that.
So precious.
How old?
4.5 months.
4.5 months. Oh, I saw my I just became a grandma. I don't know if you guys know that. Thank
Congratulations.
you. I just became a grandma and she just turned, she's a little over 3 months.
Cute.
So I got to see her yesterday and posted some pictures on my Facebook wall, but she's precious. Oh, you can just eat them up.
You can.
Mm,
Just eat them up.
no.
So cute. So cute.
You say
Right.
hi.
I'm going to stop recording.
All right.